Hello everyone, welcome back to Kirklees Guitar School. Today's video is going to be ever so slightly different, where we're going to discuss a guitar that got away. This is my new series called Guitar Stories, where I talk a little bit more in depth about some of the guitars in my collection and what they mean to me. So what was the guitar? Well, the guitar was an Ibanez RG 570, I think off the top of my head. It was either a 470 or a 570. It was just like this one here. Now I think I should mention as well, just like this one here, I think I should mention Ibanez have kindly sent me a couple of guitars to demonstrate in this video after I sent them an email about a plight for what I wanted to make. This is not a sponsored video. No money's changed hands and these guitars are going back, apart from the one that's in my collection. Now, the sale of this guitar is a particular sore spot for me, simply because I needed the money when I sold it. Now, I know exactly where the guitar is, I know exactly who I sold the guitar to, and I know that they still have it in their possession. However, they know how good it is and they won't sell it back to me. And every time me and this individual cross paths, which isn't very often anymore, I do sort of say, do you fancy selling that blue Ibanez back to me? And they're hesitant to let it go, and I can understand why, because it's awesome. Now, what I'm trying to ascertain in today's video is that rose-tinted glasses, have I just missed that guitar in particular, or will any of these three Ibanezes I've got to have a look at today kind of scratch that itch and let me get on with my business? The first guitar we have up on the block is my personal guitar. So I acquired this not long ago, and actually this guitar gave me the idea to make the video. This is an Ibanez RGR 420EX guitar. So the RG series is what we call a Super Strat. If you've seen the podcasts that me and George do, we talk about this, and it's in this lovely kind of like deep red, kind of almost like firework explosion finish. So it's a Super Strat guitar. It's got a super thin neck. It's got what we call an edge tremolo. A lot of people refer to this as a Floyd Rose. It's that style floating tremolo, but this belongs to Ibanez, and they call it the edge tremolos. Now, these are humbucking pickups. Now, they look like EMGs, but they're not. It's just humbuckers with a cover over. But this guitar is really, all these guitars are quite renowned for being aggressive, but this one in particular, I find, is you do get some really good clean tones out of it. This is an Ibanez RG460 guitar. Now, this is currently in Ibanez's catalogue, and this is their mid-range level Super Strat RG. And it's got all the appointments you'd expect. It's got the humbucking pickup, 2 single coils, which is interesting, with the 5-way switch. It's also got the edge tremolo and that lovely slim neck. I really like these inlays as well, these shark tooth inlays, which are really cool. Now, these are sort of priced anywhere around the £450 mark currently, and I've been playing this guitar in between lessons, and for as budgets are a very loose term, isn't it? But as far as guitars go, 400 odd quid for a guitar is not a lot of money for a guitar. You can pay a lot more than that, and I'm really impressed with this in particular. The final one that I want to look at in my search for an Ibanez today is this Ibanez Gem guitar. Now, this is the Steve Vai model. So Steve Vai is one of their renowned artists. He's a phenomenal guitar player, very virtuosic, fast, and an emotive guitar player. And this is his signature model called the Gem. Now, it's based on an RG. Can you see how it's the same body shape? But you've got a couple of weird little appointments, like this handle, some more pickup options, and this absolutely insane print on the top. Now, the standard models of these usually come in white, or there is a couple of different variations. This is the most recent one by my reckoning, with the matching on the headstock. This guitar screams. This is really, I mean, it's almost like, I sort of think about it as, it's the most un-James-like guitar that you've ever seen, but I love it. Would it be my everyday player guitar? No. Does it do everything that a Super Strat does? Yes, it's equipped with DiMarzio pickups. I'm sure you can look at the specs for this online, but it's an absolutely monster guitar. But what I find is, playing this guitar in particular, the inlays that you have, can you see the floral inlays? Now, all the Steve Vai guitars are very similar to this. They've all got that pattern of a similar ilk. As I look down at my fretboard, I find it really distracting as I'm looking down at the fretboard, because obviously you've got the markers here, and this neck's got a lovely kind of chamfer and like a heel. It's almost like a like old 70s Gibsons have the volute type sort of butt at the bottom of the neck. This is very similar and very, very comfortable. I think it's worth mentioning that this journey to try and scratch this itch has been going on for a long, long time. I let this guitar go over 10 years ago. And in that time, I've dipped in and out of Superstrat style guitars that are Floyd Rose equipped, of Ibanez guitars and other brands. I've had a Charvel, I had a Fender with a Floyd Rose. I've had numerous guitars trying to do the Superstrat thing, because although I'm a rocker at heart and I love the 60s and 70s rock, I'm also massively into Van Halen, Def Leppard, any of those kind of like more 80s guitar virtuoso type players. Paul Gilbert's another I absolutely love Paul Gilbert. And I've been looking, I've almost put myself off from studying more of that stuff until I found the perfect guitar for the job. In conclusion to this, do any of these guitars scratch that itch? And I'm afraid the answer is no. They're all amazing instruments. They're all very capable. I've really enjoyed playing them over the past couple of weeks. But I think the magic, some guitars you come across in your life have magic in them. Now, that's magic to you. A certain guitar that I have in my collection might make me play a certain way, or might make me play something that I wouldn't normally play, or it might coax a little bit of something out of me, or as I'm trying to write music and be creative, and you can't mimic that. So I think the blue Ibanez RG that's long gone, I have to just sort of go, do you know what, that was a mistake, chalk it up to experience, and we'll never do it again. These guitars are fantastic and I've really enjoyed playing them, but they just don't seem to have that magic that the other one had. Now, the next person that picks this gem up will probably be like, this is an amazing guitar, and eventually it will find its suitor. So the moral of the story is, doesn't matter how much money's on the table, never sell any of your guitars because you'll miss them terribly when they're gone. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week.